call meeting tonight, and looks like everyone's here. So, item B, I need someone to approve the agenda.
Motion.
Motion by Bruce,
Second.
second by Louis, all in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Next item is our consent agenda. We've got 3 items under that. Look those over. Do you have any questions or discussion with any of these?
I got one.
Go ahead, sir.
I had a parent call me about, is there any way that the list, that comes from the state, correct?
No, the list is a list that we can choose to create based on the resources we have. There are certain two-way traceable forms that don't meet the criteria in Senate Bill 181. So like the band app is the one that
Yeah, that's what I was
90%
saying.
of our teams use right now.
But it's not
It
approved
doesn't,
either.
per the regulation, it doesn't meet the criteria of forever traceable. Like if there's just some criteria, they're aware of it and are working to fix that to where they will be an allowed one. But as of right now, they're not. The workaround with this is a waiver, and that's something we're gonna communicate with coaches to say, you know, this is not the ideal way, but if you have no other way of communicating, if every person on your team signs a waiver to allow you to use the band app, you technically can. Now, I talked to Green about it today, and he's not a fan of making standard operating procedure be a waiver, but this is across the state. I mean, this is every district.
Yeah, they all,
There's a lot of consternation across the board with it, so I think there'll be some adjustments to it. But in the short term, the ones that we approve, the ones that we have access to,
yeah.
there are other ones that we could pay $50,000 for and have, but that's not something we want
I
to.
think the band apps, everybody, is free, so everybody uses it.
Exactly, so that the options are to either pick from that list, or, like I said, we will share the waiver form with the coaches. The thing they have to be mindful of, you know, if someone comes on 2 weeks after the season, we gotta remember that they've gotta sign that, parents have to sign that waiver. Our teams are small enough to probably be able to monitor it well, but like, you know, if you got a band with 150 kids in it, it could be tough to monitor it, so that's where we are with the list.
So what do they mean by forever tracing? Because when Luke was on the track team and they started using that, I have stuff back from when he's on it, still,
Right.
I can pull it up and still see it for
Forever traceable.
4 years ago.
That is, you know, I'm getting out of my wheelhouse, like Kelly's explained this to some degree, like technology directors are the ones that are really working through this. But it's like, if you had a Facebook Messenger message and I send it to you, I can delete that
Oh,
and no one can ever find it again. The apps that we've approved, and hopefully eventually the band that they'll put that in their settings to where you can set it up as administrator that it's forever traceable. So it's one of those laws that I think had great intentions, it just wasn't, if they had given us more time to hash it out and to let apps work through the kinks, I think we'd be in a better spot, but.
I think the waiver would be a good idea because everybody uses it now.
I know, and that's.
Which one?
The band app.
Yeah, I think
I mean,
he
like
reached out to
12
me
of
as
them,
well.
Middle school to high school.
well, I was pretty sure that it wasn't on the approved list.
It's not because it doesn't meet the criteria, and that's the hang up with it.
Yeah, one of my friends, her daughter teaches at Martin County, and her brother is a freshman, and she's not allowed to text him anymore for the next 4 hours. And her brother and sister.
It's just a lot of, you know.
So the bottom line is we're gonna work on that band app.
Well, and I think the legislature will make changes when they come into session. There was talk about even having a special call session just so they would come together to fix this. That would have cost millions of dollars just to bring the legislature together, and who knows what else they might have gotten into while they're in session. So I think it will be, I'm confident it will be addressed in January. It's just, we gotta hang on to it.
But, we gotta make sure that all the coaches have access, cause that's why a lot of them went to the band app,
Right.
because some of them didn't have school emails.
Gotcha. No, and that's the thing, I said, the most likely scenarios we'll pursue those waivers. It'll just be, the burden will be on the coaches to make sure it's fully, everyone signed off on it.
Okay.
Kind of like having a physical before you, right up there, line, you can't participate in a physical.
Any other questions? So do I hear a motion to approve the consent agenda? Motion by Bruce,
Second.
Second by Janice, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, motion carries. All right, the old business, A, consider a motion to approve second reading of the KSBA policy updates and procedures.
Did the first reading last time.
Motion.
Motion by Bruce, second by Louis, all in favor say aye. Thank you, motion carries. New business. Okay, consider motion to approve, one, the joining of the City of Paris mass foreclosure civil auction, and two, for the law firm of Sturgill, Turner, Barker, and Maloney to pursue the protection and security of any tax lien or interest of the Board of Education of Paris Independent Schools on the following properties: 316 Stearns Avenue, and then it just says Stearns Avenue, lot 37, 505 Gano Street, 321 Hanson Street, 505 Higgins Avenue, 431 Williams Street, 541 Williams Street, and 715 Williams Street, and against any persons or entities who may hold any interest in the properties now or later discovered, and for the attorneys to take all measures as needed to pursue the civil action. So basically, this is going in with the city to,
Yeah, there's several
Put
properties
liens.
that are, or we currently have liens, and this is, I think, a lot of these are gonna be, forced into demolition, I think, condemned,
Yeah.
so that's
So
good.
they're abandoned right now?
Right.
any
One
other,
of them not abandoned, I know it for sure. Somebody lives in there,
Are they not? The understanding I had was they were gonna be,
positive. And that's what it means, like the door, like,
okay,
that's 540 door.
okay. Either way, this is addressing the liens against it, so
This is what they was talking about, yeah.
the city just approved this
Tuesday. Yeah. Any other questions? Do I hear a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion by Bruce, second by Kelly, all in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you, motion carries. Okay, item B, consider motion to approve the updated 2025-2026 salary and stipend schedule.
Cool, so, Gene actually did a lot of work on this to prepare kind of a 1-2 pager about it, and I'm gonna give that to you. What we did is a comparative analysis of our district and some surrounding districts to say, hey, where are the spots on the salary schedule that we have the biggest gaps? So for instance, a teacher with 0 years of experience, right out of college, makes about the same here as it does in Berkeley County or Ricketts County, or in some places we make a little more, some places a little bit less. As it gets up to years 5 and 9, we fall a little further behind. When it goes back 10, 15, we're closer in line with those around it, and then as we get 16, 20, 25, 30, we have bigger gaps, as we've talked about, with Fayette County, but even just with surrounding districts. So rather than just doing a flat increase across the board, this is a targeted to try to match up, be as competitive as we can with surrounding districts. So you can see how that's spelled out, where each of those groups lines in the salary schedule. So overall, we're impacting those higher end and we get them more closely in line. We've got some that, we're several thousand below, and this will help us catch up with some of that. And some of the other stuff spelled out. The main understanding is everyone got a 1% increase, so there's not one position that didn't get the 1% increase, other than the one payroll clerk that just was hired that the salary had already been adjusted. So everybody got a raise, and then it's just it was looking even like food service. Our food service folks were making considerably less than surrounding food service, so we were able to bump those up to match up with surrounding districts. Another example is our bus drivers. So our bus drivers, we quickly raised up to $25 an hour several years ago. But the whole scale from year 0 was 25 and year 27 was 27. So a $2 increase over 27 years didn't line up. So we had other districts have caught up with us. So we wanted to extend that 27. So we didn't really do a big bump at the low end, but as you get to 10, 15, 20 years of bus driving experience, you would make more money, stretching that out, if you will. We said I already touched on food service. Some other hourly rates that are just more competitive with what we're, with what our surrounding districts and indexes and days there. And then I mentioned to you about that, I think I mentioned to you, I know I mentioned to you about the potential stipend there on the last line item of holding off on that for right now, but having it be approved in case we need to go that route for applicants.
Middle school high school science.
What about the math? We still keeping
We
that?
still got that, yeah, that's already on there. So several tweaks, like I said, a lot of analysis went into this to try to be purposeful with everything we did to really target the biggest gaps. And I think as we continue to move forward, the goal is to build up contingencies where we can continue to do things like this and even more so going forward.
So the account clerk's position is not filled?
That's the other one.
Right, that was it, so we had, for namesake, we had a, who was that, Glenna? I think we had a Glenna and a Jackie. But right now, we only have one of those positions.
Okay.
So that's,
Okay. Anybody have any questions about the schedule?
So how soon do they know, once we approve this, how soon does the staff know?
tomorrow, or tonight, I got, when you're on, close second week, I'm excited for them, like I said, we wanna do as much as we can, I think, hope staff will appreciate that we were purposeful to try to see where the biggest gaps are. So, rather than just doing a flat amount across the board, we wanted to target where the biggest gaps were.
Okay. All right, I need consider a motion to approve the updated 25-26 salary and stipend schedule. Do I hear a motion? Motion by Louis, second by Kelly, all in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Item C, consider motion to approve first reading of policy 9.4341 with revision K through 12 grade.
So this allows, right now, our current virtual option, we've talked about from Greyhound Bridge Academy, it's only 3 through 12, 3rd through 12, this will allow them to go to K through 12. We don't think there'll be a lot of kids in that situation, but we wanna be able to offer that, it's there when we're targeting our homeschool families or any other that might be a good fit.
Do we currently have very many interested in that?
Had a lot of interest in this, Fox 56 was here live yesterday morning, doing their live feed, checking in a couple times here. We've had a lot of people reach out, through our email, that we blasted and put out social media, had some engagement. So the plan is, in the next, starting like July 1st, we'll have a 2-week application window. I think we'll have quite a few applicants for that, and then, once that's done, we'll review the applicants and get the onboarding with the handbook and signing the contract, and I think it could be a really win-win thing. So, as you run into constituents that, have students that are homeschooled or know students are homeschooled, this is a great way for them to get the resources and benefits that we have with public school, but also be home. Like I said, this could help our band program or soccer programs, football, and they can go to beta and field trips. And we really, our goal is to customize it as best we possibly can to meet the needs. I think it's a good, innovative way to do it.
Any questions?
Does that count towards our seat funding?
It does. That would be, that's the thing that we've got to, trying to clarify is that while the student will still be home and doing homeschool work, they'd still do our curriculum, we'll be responsible for that, but in that realm, we would get funding for them, and they would have full access to everything that we offer.
Would be a full seat or just a partial?
As of right now, it's full, yeah. Like I said, it should be a win-win.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah.
So we just, we gotta commit staff to it, that's the big thing, we wanna commit the right amount of staff to it, to make sure that they're getting the support they need. Our plan is to, they can come in for tutoring, we can schedule things during the day, depending on the
to approve the reading of policy 9.43141. Motion by Louis, second by Janice, all in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you, motion carries. Okay, item D, consider motion to approve cyber insurance agreement for the 2025-2026 school year.
Yeah, we thought this was in the thing last time, but I don't know if it just didn't make it or what, but this is just the cyber insurance along with all the other insurance we have.
Do I hear a motion? Motion by Bruce. Second by Janice, all in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you, motion carries. E, superintendent's report.
Yep, just a quick one today, we're having our ribbon cutting July 1st at 10 a.m. up at the new greenhouse. So if you're available to swing by that day, please do. We've invited all our local folks and excited to we can cut that facility. It's nice. It's really nice.
Can we get a walkthrough, like after hours, like after like 4 or 5 or something like 4?
Oh, yeah, yeah, you.
Cause I never know after.
Yeah, you can come by, let me know anytime. Mr. Norris is here
Okay.
every day and.
He'd be thrilled
he'd
to
be-
take you around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
I'll try to set it up, cause Luke wanted to be here for it, he's working now.
Cool.
Okay. And with that, item F, consider a motion to enter closed session for superintendent's evaluation per KRS 61.8101F. Do I hear a motion? By Louis, second by Bruce, all in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.